Now, we're going to go to Albert in California, listening to K-Dawn. That's a powerful signature. Very, very powerful signature. Hello.
How you doing?
Albert, I'm fine, Albert.
Oh, great. Yeah, I've been listening to your meditation thing, and I find it very interesting. And my question, one of them then is this like transhallucinal meditation?
Transcendental? No, it's not.
Like astral projecting?
No, it's none of those things. The others all the things you just mentioned are not good for you.
Oh, okay. And then I was curious as to what the right hand, bringing the right hand up to your forehead and.
Oh, it's a very good question. If you go to any part of the world, there's a certain body language that is recognizable. For instance, if you go to the darkest Africa, where no white man's ever been before, and then you try to communicate with the natives there, and if you nod your head affirmatively, everybody recognizes it means yes.
Okay.
And if you nod your head, it means no.
Okay.
So that's just two. So there are others, and I won't bore you with all the others you can think about. Now, if you look at the armies of democracies, for the most part, they salute with their right hand to their head, where fascism goes straight out, and there's other forms of, but the salute is a body language. But it's also in meditation a complete circuit.
Okay.
From mind to hand in that circuit. And there's a certain energy that comes from that when you stand back and look at your thoughts, and you don't really have to put your hand to your head, but the exercise, if you do it the way you're doing it, is to see if you can move your hand without a physical effort.
Right, spiritual hand.
Yeah. It's a spiritual hand, so when the spiritual hand rises, it brings the physical hand up with it. And so it's establishing it's a spiritual discipline. Because the hypnotic state everybody lives in. Everybody lives in a hypnotic state. And as about 90% of Americans or people in the world do not have volition of their own. They think they do. You can have some of the nicest people, but they think that, but they're acting out of part. They don't even realize they're acting out of part. They think they're just nice people, and people love them. But they depend upon the energy of respect and love to complete a sense of worth, and they're a slave for the sake of being loved. And also, when you get angry, some people need anger to function, because that's how you stimulate your animal self, ego animal self. And so you need energy to function, but when that happens, when you start to become resentful, which is the key, the beginning key whereby you lose your identity to culture or to a person who hovers over you and manipulates you without realizing, and makes you a slave of love, and makes you think that slavishness is a form of love, and you can't admit it to yourself that it isn't. And so I'm just giving you a few little examples because they're legion. But the hypnosis of life, which is everybody's subject to, the whole world is immersed in sin. All who sin, all those who are sin are mesmerized by the sin source. And this means this. I'll give you an example, a real living example, how I discovered it. When I was in the Army, I was 18 years old. And I was known throughout the Maidstone, Kent, where the training camp was in England.
Uh-huh.
Everybody knew me for my judo and for my hypnosis talents. And I was only 155, but everybody knew who I was. But I entertained the troops at night in the barracks because it's cold and lonely, and people needed entertainment. And so I got people to do what I want. And I'm not proud of that. But they would clean my rifle, and they would clean my blanket, my webbing, That's a powder with a water powder they put on to make your uniform, the strappings on your uniform look nice and fresh.
So we're just saying you mesmerize people?
Yeah, the whole platoon, and the sergeant, because he couldn't get to me, I got to him.
So
he
did
used
you
to
cast a spell on them?
No, I didn't cast any spell. You're not thinking very clearly when you talk like that. I don't cast spells. I'm not a magician.
Okay.
Anybody can do it. So, but the unique part I wanted to share with you, if you don't think ahead of me, is that I was sitting in a pub with people who were friendly, the members of, the military, and we were talking about. They asked me, "Well, how do you do all this?" I said, "Well, everybody's hypnotized all the time." He said, "Can you hypnotize me?" I said, "No, you're already hypnotized." He said, "I'm not hypnotized." I said, "You are. All I have to do is take you over." And I never hypnotized that person before. He was a person that heard about me. I said, "Let me give you an example. What's that on the counter there?" He says, "It's my beer." I said, "Well, it's too heavy for you to pick it up." He couldn't. He says, "Yes, I can." I said, "No, you can't." And he didn't. He couldn't pick that up. Oh, my God, what's wrong with me? What happened, and everybody better listen. What happened is a personality like myself, but meaner than me. I can just do it effortlessly. I don't mean to, but it's too easy. I just do it to demonstrate it. What happened is his consciousness that normally picks up a beer because he wants to, I became that consciousness and overruled his consciousness. So that's what happens when you get upset, when you're conditioned to environment. You don't have control over your life. And that's what the administration is going to do to all of you. You're already in that state. All they have to do is intimidate you and take you over.